out of town. Pictures thinner than a penny hoe.
Get over here and empty your pockets. I don't do that. In my prison, you do what I tell you to. Get over here. He's gonna get nasty.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
I seen the best of them, Jando. 25 to life in the can't stop. Never met a man that it can't talk.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Henry's got it out on the left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Shimonik to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
4 down. Snickers, you got to spin.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Flush to his right. And this one's incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Roethlisberger. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic. And Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23. Youngest under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. Quick slant there, gets him the 1st down, 6 yards on the play.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here, game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
8, 8, 8, 8.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Here's Eckler to return it. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Shimonik steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And it'll be fourth down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Ben to throw again. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Shimon. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Allen's first catch, good for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go!
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're throwing here. Shimon. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Despite the heavy running, he'll be hit and drop shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards that time for number 19. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Roethlisberger now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now 14-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Back to throw. Shimon. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. To throw is Shimon. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And It's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now 21-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Going up top. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll go again with Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. Now a play fake here on first down. Man open left side is Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Scrambling, not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Jack 16.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. Roethlisberger to his big target, James. All 6-7 of him for a Steeler first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it is 28-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Here's Eckler to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Here's Shimonik to throw it. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for L.A. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
4 down. Check that. Black 20.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
Show that bench release and go. No. Off. 77.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
All right, now.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And the Steelers on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Shimonek. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Shimonek. Looking long for Westbrook. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They start the drive with Smallwood. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Smallwood. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Roethlisberger will throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. First down, a run with Smallwood. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run with Smallwood. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. 2nd and goal from the 1. Brown, the lone receiver, left. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now Rivers. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interception?
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kaiser White. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points.